Busy today, officer? Busy today?
Not so far. How about you?
Oh, I'm never too busy to talk to an officer.
So what are you drinking? Which one is that?
Oh, I just drink coffee.
Black coffee?
No, I put the yak in it. I call it the cream and sugar. What happened was I went to, I had been drinking it black for almost a decade. And I was at a different Starbucks, and the girl asked me if I wanted room, and I said no. But she gave me room anyway. You know, I never argue with baristas.
Yeah.
And so I filled it with cream and sugar immediately, mostly sugar. Yeah, I'm going to put on the yak because I thought it made sense. You know. What are you drinking?
A nice Americana with some almond milk froth. I forget what they call it.
Almond milk froth.
Yeah.
That's good stuff right there. Yeah, that's addicting. You got to get your drugs, you know.
It was too hot, so I drinking a regular Americana because it's just so hot.
Sure.
So they said I should try this. So I tried it.
Oh, they recommended it? Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with that.
They're in there all day, so they kind of know what it's like.
Yeah, definitely.
What's with the ring? I like that.
The yin yang?
Yeah.
Yin yang are opposites. You know?
How long you had that? It's nice.
I've had it for probably a few years. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. But yeah, the inside of the band is getting kind of worn. When it breaks, you know, it breaks. But yeah. So you just started or what?
Yeah, I'm going to do some overtime at noon.
Overtime?
Yeah, the run rally. So,
the what?
motorcycle rally.
Oh, is there going on today?
Yeah, it's down on 6th Street, Congress, all that. They got roads blocked off and all that. So I want to handle that.
Oh, yeah?
Go check out the motorcycles down there.
Yeah. Well, I always like to try and talk to an officer first.
Yeah.
Like if I see you at Starbucks or something, in case, you know, I see you on a traffic stop later. That way you already have met me, you know what I mean? And I'm no threat or anything like that. I just film and I don't interfere or anything like that. You know, I'm not the enemy.
Cool.
And but I do enjoy conversations, you know. But you're not detained, Grayson.
No, communication.
Yeah.
Is good.
But you're not detained.
All right.
You are free to go. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Grayson. You have a great day.
All right, man.
Yeah. Press on. Yeah. Press on. Oh, I thought we had a protester, but instead we got a panhandler. Donate to Dell Medical Children's Center. I see. We got a panhandler. Two of them, actually. You work for the Children's Hospital?
Yes, sir.
You do? Yeah. What do you do there? What do you do there?
I volunteer there.
To do what?
What do I do?
What do you volunteer to do?
Like, I volunteer to help the kids.
To help the kids how?
I do arts and crafts with them while they're receiving treatment.
Arts and crafts. There we go. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Press on. Energy, dude. Yeah. I mean, because it's the ACLU and a beard is free speech. Am I right?
No, we just have beard energy. Everyone can have
No, but a beard is free speech.
beard is free speech.
And you are with the ACLU? Yeah, doing big
about it?
things. Well, I mean, there are 4 magic letters that have stood up for our rights for a long time, you know?
I'm happy you're a fan of us.
Well, I'm
do
a
it
fan
also.
of our rights, and anybody that stands up for them. I don't always agree with what somebody is doing necessarily, but I definitely support anybody who's fighting for a right, you know? And the thing about rights is we wouldn't need them if they weren't controversial,
Yeah.
right? You know,
I
Yeah, definitely. The filming the police is kind of my stand. We definitely need more accountability, and the ACLU stands up for that as well.
What's
I
your name?
believe. Well, I'm one of the people. It's not nice to call people names, but have you ever heard that?
No, I haven't.
It's not nice to call people names. Your mama didn't teach you that?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She did say that, right?
What do people call you?
Well, that's the thing. You see, is it's not nice to call people names, and it is possible to have a conversation without calling somebody anything.
I mean, yeah, but how would
Right?
I address you as an individual?
Well,
There are names.
people are not individuals.
Then what are we if we're not an individual?
Well, an individual is a person, but the Constitution of the United States, you're familiar with it?
Yes.
Yes. Well, the framers introduced three characters. One were the people. Then they introduced persons. And then they introduced citizens. Originally, they didn't define what a citizen was. It wasn't until the 14th Amendment that a citizen was defined. And a citizen reads as such: any person born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the authority thereof shall not be deprived of any privileges or immunities. Well, the people have rights, right? But it clearly says that citizens shall not be deprived of any privileges or immunities. Privileges or immunities are not rights and powers. You with me?
Yeah.
Right?
What I was saying was, how do I address you, the person in front of me, as the individual? What do people say to get your attention?
Well, you got my attention and you didn't call me anything, right?
Or like, if I called you,
If you called me, I'll call you, bro. I'll call you. I'm not just giving you a hard time. I'm sincere about it. You see, the thing is that it's not nice to call people names. And there's a reason why that statement is true, while at the same time, it's more personal to give somebody's name. Right? It's more personal. And you see, there's those two different words here. We've got people and person. And persons have personal information. But people have private information. And people have rights. And persons have privileges and immunities.
yeah. I'm really enjoying this conversation right now, but I'm on the clock.
You're on the clock? You're
I'm
getting
on the
paid
clock. Yeah, I'm getting
by the
paid.
ACLU to do
By
what?
The NCE.
The NCE, what's that?
Get people to sign up to give us $20 a month.
Oh, I see. Sign up to give you $20 a month, $20 a month. That's quite a plan you've got there. You know, the first thing about plans is they never survive first contact with the enemy.
Yeah.
The enemy being reality. Right? Reality doesn't care about plans.
It was nice talking to you.
What was your name?
DeMarcus.
DeMarcus. Yeah. See, you have a name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're a person. You're getting paid to do what you're doing right now. You know what that's called?
What is it called?
Commerce. Commerce, right? And the Constitution outlines certain parameters that the government has authority, and one of those is commerce.
Mm-hmm.
Congress shall regulate the commerce between the states, and the states have been granted the power to regulate commerce within the state, right? And so if they can regulate commerce and you're doing commerce, then they can regulate you,
Yeah,
which
they can.
means that you had to ask permission.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
We're
whenever,
told where to go.
no, I mean, from the government, anytime you're doing commerce, you had to get permission to do it. You see? And so you have a work permit, or, you know, you're a citizen or whatever, but you see, not everybody has the right to work, right, DeMarcus? Right? You have to ask permission. And when you have to ask permission, that means that the government can tell you no. Right? So when you're working, when you're doing commerce, you're a person, and you don't really have rights. You see, that's why like a company can make you wear a specific uniform, but when you're not working, nobody can tell you what to wear, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's just the guidelines for working there, though.
Yeah, you don't have to work there, but while you're working, you don't have rights. It's not a democracy. You have to do what your boss tells you to do. You see? But when you're off work, then you're one of the people, DeMarcus, and then you have rights.
Well, it was really nice talking to you.
Absolutely,
today.
DeMarcus. You have a great day, all right? Yeah. Press on. Assemble forth. Legion about. On 6th Street in Austin, Texas. Yeah. Right? What's your name?
My name is Tyler.
Tyler. Yeah. I'm here with Tyler. He just got out of jail and I rolled him a cigarette. So what were you in jail for, Tyler?
I was in jail for possession of marijuana and unlawful carry of a weapon.
Oh, and a weapon. A gun? At the same time, that's pretty heavy. That changes things entirely when you have a gun. So did you get bailed out or did they let you out on your OR or what?
I was in there. I've been in there for 4.5 weeks. My lawyer ended up getting me a PR bond, a pretrial release. So he paid for my bond. But then again, if I don't go to court, then I have to go back to jail and sit the remainder of the time, which will end up being like 2 years. But yeah, he paid for my bond so I could get out today, so I could see my son. I could do all that. I'm trying to go to rehab, but it's really hard for me. I got my kid to worry about. I got my mom's to worry about. I got all this other stuff to worry about. What really sucked was the gun charge. It belonged to a police officer. I didn't know it belonged to a police officer. It was actually my homeboy's father. Well, thank God, when they called him, he said, yes, it's my gun, la-di-da-di-da. And they asked if I stole it from him, he said no. And right then and there, they dismissed the whole gun charge. They dismissed the whole gun charge because I didn't steal it. I just had it on my possession. So it turned into an unlawful carry. Well, that became a misdemeanor, and in the possession of marijuana, it was not even a gram. It was less than a half a gram. So I got the minimum time served for that. They gave me time served for the marijuana, but I'm paying on the gun charge as we speak. So they want $1,500. They want $1,500 on December 11th when I go to court.
So was it Georgetown PD or was it Williamson County Sheriff that arrested you, or?
It was Round Rock Police Department that arrested me.
Oh, Round Rock PD. All right.
Round Rock Police Department that arrested me. The story behind that is how they arrested me was I was waiting on a lady that I call my mom because she's been there for me through everything, and I was waiting on her to call me to let me come up there and to stay in her room. Well, we were at the La Quinta. You know the La Quinta off of 35, right over there by the red room. In the room, I was over there and I fell asleep outside. I fell asleep outside, and the officer came up to me and kicked me.
He kicked you?
He was kicking me to wake me up. And I woke up, and then as soon as I woke up, they put me in handcuffs and said I was being detained for sleeping on private property because they called the cops. They found the marijuana and they found the gun on me. Well, they asked me, they were like, give me one reason why I shouldn't take you to jail. And I started explaining the story with my son and everything like that. And he goes, well, too bad, we're taking you to jail. Well, they took me to jail, and when I got there, they ran me through booking and everything like that. Well, the sad part is hopefully I'll be receiving a check from Williamson County. Hopefully. But when I got there, they were putting me in a detox tank because they thought I wasn't sober. So they put me in a detox tank, and I had papers like this behind my back. And when I walked in, they, this dude that was already in there, they shut the door, and the dude snatched the papers out of my hand. And I turned around, and I snatched my back, and I said, "What the hell are you doing? You can't just do that to people." And I guess the officers thought I hit him or something like that, and they walked in. And if you can barely see it right there, I still have a little mark, and he walked in and decked me right in the mouth. Boom! And I fell to the ground. And
Just to let you know, make sure this.
oh, you want to see over there, smoke?
Yeah, yeah. Just
Oh.
no, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we're smoking. Oh my goodness, Corey.
Sorry about that.
That's so funny. They're closed. And now he's saying something too, as soon as they're closed. Yeah, I don't smoke there.
Yeah, well, they ruffled me up a little bit. They beat me up. I got a mark right here. I got a mark right here. They tased me on my back. That's where they pulled the prong out.
While you were in jail?
Yeah.
Were you handcuffed?
No.
No.
They had me on the ground and they put me in this chair where they strap you down, and they strapped it so tight where they cut off all the circulation, and I couldn't breathe. I could barely even move. Like I was just sitting there like this the whole time for 3 hours. Well, they got me out of the chair. They got me something to eat. I started eating. I slept for like 2 days. Then I sat the whole remainder there, no money, no nothing, for 4.5 weeks, just trying to survive while I was in there hustling that draw. And thankfully, my lawyer was looking out for me today. He got me out, and this is the first time I've seen my mom in 3 years. She's been trying to keep up with me, but everybody that she talks to, that she asks me, they just say I look like shit, I act like shit, la da da da. And so like I'm trying to prove to her that I can do this without having to go to rehab. So right now she's letting me use Wi-Fi real quick so I can get a hold of some people so I can figure out where I can go and whatnot. And what's funny is I actually told myself I wasn't going to smoke anymore. But I don't know, it's just all these rambling thoughts going in my head about this. It's too much. And it sucks. It really sucks.
Do you know who the officer was that arrested you?
I actually have the papers, so yeah.
You know who the officer was that tased you?
We have it all on
Oh,
recording.
you don't know it by heart though.
No, we have it all on recording. They have pictures of everything like that. So hopefully I'll be receiving a check from them, or I'll just be getting my whole entire case dropped, which will be a blessing, because if I have another gun charge, then I'm already a convicted felon. So if I have another gun charge, then it sucks for me. And if anybody knows about being a convicted felon, you're not allowed to have any possession of any kind of firearm.
Right?
So him just dropping it to a Class A misdemeanor is a complete blessing. I should be getting charged with a felony, and I should be still sitting in Williamson County right now, and I should be waiting on chain, and I should be going to prison right now. But the Lord Almighty does not want me going to prison, apparently. So I'm just trying to do what's right, trying to do better, trying to do myself better, trying to get better for my son, everything like that.
So you were on parole? Probation? You were already on probation.
I was already on probation, but I ended my probation like 2-3 months ago.
Oh, I mean, you weren't on it when you got caught.
No.
Okay.
I was on probation. I got done with probation, everything like that.
Just in time.
Just in time.
But you had a concealed weapon.
I had a concealed weapon.
Yeah. That's all bad. Well, right on, Tyler. Press on.
Master by the name of Bass, smoking more than all 50 states combined. Yeah, right, I gotta stay on the grind. I got no money, so my weed's on my mind. I hit the club, but you know I can't dance. 7 and 7 in my cutoff chance. Tie that shirt in my long ass hair. What part of how I look makes you think I care?